Hello, lovely people. I just wanted to take a second to say thank you to Zevalika, I hope I pronounced that right, for giving me the idea for this video. A very long time ago, long before you or I, dear viewer, were born, some guy somewhere decided that basketball, a team sport, needed an award for who the most valuable player on a team was. Except what he actually meant was to get an award for the best player on the best team. And thus the MVP debate was born. A sport in and of itself that possibly requires more skill than the game it was made to select for. Various masters have trained in different camps and schools. The Temple of X, formerly known as Twitter. The sages of YouTube with their zen-like ability to pretend as if they are more reasonable than the practitioners of X. And finally, we have the Instagram commenters. Men who hide their fangs, pretending to be not as dangerous as the practitioners of X, but more so than the sages of YouTube, all while exceeding both combined in sheer ferocity. Hold on, I think I lost the plot a little bit. Oh right, MVP.
I'm glad you asked.
I'm not going to bore you with the history and whatever of the MVP award because the truth is, you won't remember half the names I mentioned by the end of the video, but that's okay, because my premise is that there is no such thing as a league MVP, at least not in the way the naming of the award claims. So, what does MVP actually mean? MVP means most valuable player, but most valuable to who exactly? Their team? Okay, let's test this logic. You have two teams, both of which were 20 and 62 the previous season. Keep in mind, we have no context for why these teams got to this record. We only know or care that that is their current record. You add a single player to both teams, and the following season, Team A goes up to 47 and 53, and Team B goes to 53 and 29. Since Team B has the better record, you would say the player added to Team B should get the MVP, right? What if I told you these were their stats? Now all of a sudden, you're not sure. You're scrambling to figure out if the difference of 6 games is negligible enough. Here's another example. Player A is averaging 24.5 points, 11.8 rebounds, 9.8 assists per game. His team is currently number 1 in the West with a record of 53 wins and 29 losses. Player B is averaging 33 points a game, 10.2 rebounds, and 4.6 assists. His team is currently number 3 in the East, but their record is 54 wins and 28 losses. So now, who would you pick for MVP? The correct answer is neither. This is because the title of MVP doesn't specify who or what the player is an MVP to. And that was by design, because it was never about value, as it's impossible to truly determine the impact of a player on a team. Basketball is a volatile sport. The Magic, who have been going strong without Paolo this season, have been struggling since his return and the injury of Franz. Does that confirm that Franz is actually the most valuable player of the Magic? Of course not. MVP has but one meaning. It refers to the best player on the best team, period. Hence, the actual winner wouldn't be player A or B, it would actually be player C, who is averaging 31 points, 11.8 rebounds, 5.7 assists, and whose team was first in the league with a record of 58 and 24. People, including myself, have long confused it to mean best player in the world, but that couldn't be further from the truth. I mean, seriously, who the fuck thinks Steve Nash in 2025 and 2026 was the best player in the world? Seriously, who? Because the real best players in 05 was between Shaq, Kobe, and Duncan. In 06, this was without a doubt Kobe. Ironically, in 06, when Duncan's team was literally in the same position as the Suns the previous year, and he averaged similar numbers to Nash, Nash still won the MVP. So if everything I said was true, and that the MVP goes to the best player on the best team, how come that happened? That's because everything I just said isn't true. The MVP award is a worthless award that the media gives to whoever they feel like at any given time. It is very rarely, if ever, given to the best player in the league, and very often given out of spite for the best player, such as when the media colluded to give Embiid the award over Jokic. Moral of the story, don't waste your time arguing inconsistent nonsense that holds no actual weight. Goodbye.